I don't know about you, but I'm dying to see an OG eyeshadow tutorial. Bring back eyeshadow tutorials. I love a base routine just as much as the next girl. I want to see how you do your eye makeup. I'm going to show you how I do my easy go-to eye makeup look when I need something on my eyes. This is going to be perfect for all the holiday parties you have coming up, so save this video. Actually think about it. When's the last time you stopped scrolling to watch somebody do their eyeshadow? Next year is 2026, which means it's been 10 years since 2016 makeup, and we need to bring it back. Clean girl makeup has her time and her place, but I want full glam back again. And of course, as always, everything that I use in this video is going to be affordable or drugstore. Okay, I just slicked down my brows, filled them in. Now I'm going in with a little concealer to carve them out. I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Concealer, and I'm going to carve out my brows and then also go ahead and pull this down onto my eyelid to get it prepped for eyeshadow. I'm grabbing a little bit of the L'Oreal Infallible Blurfection powder and just setting down my eyelid. I'm just using a little powder puff to do this. I'm using these two eyeshadow palettes today, but it doesn't really matter what eyeshadow palette you use as long as you have similar colors. But this is the Feeling Bubbly palette from ColourPop. A lot of warm tones, some champagne shimmers, super cute. And then this is the new Naughty palette from Morphe. I love the shimmers in this, so this is definitely what we're going to be using to add a little sparkle. We're going to start with the Feeling Bubbly palette, and I'm going to go in with the shade Bubble Up, which is the shade right here, on a fluffy eyeshadow brush. I'm picking up the shade, tapping off the excess, putting that shadow right here into the outer corner of the eyelid. I'm also going to start to kind of work this into my eyelid crease. If you watch OG YouTubers, you know we're doing a windshield wiper motion. This is what we call a transition shade, so that we have something for our other shadows to kind of cling on to and blend out to, so that we're not adding just one super harsh dark brown color to our eyelid. We're going in with a smaller fluffy brush and the shade Blanc Slate. I'm just going to start tapping that right into that outer part of the crease slash eyelid. I like to place mine like right here, and I'm literally just stamping that shadow into place. I'm not even blending, and I probably bring that like halfway into my crease. I don't take it all the way into the inner corner. Go back in with our fluffy brush and just blend out those edges, making sure everything is nice and blended out. Take a little bit of a darker brown. This is in the shade Clink Clink, and I'm going to take that on the same small fluffy brush and kind of do the exact same thing that I just did. We're just like adding depth. We're getting darker and darker with every shade. Right into that outer corner, that outer part of the crease. Not taking it quite as far over. I may be taking it like a third of the way into the crease. And with our fluffy brush again, just to blend out the edges, make sure everything's nice and diffused. I'm going in with the darkest brown in the palette. This is the shade Get a Grape, and I'm going to take it again on the small fluffy brush. We're keeping this one very close to the lash line. I'm almost using this as like a faux liner, but like not being super precise with it. And then I'm also going to take it up into that very outer part of the eyelid, just like that. Okay, now I'm going to take the white shade in this palette, which is called So Complex, and I'm actually going to mix in a little bit of Bubble Up also, just so it's not so stark white. And I'm going to use a really small flat eyeshadow brush to tap this onto the front part of my eyelid. Almost doing a cut crease, but not quite as dramatic as a cut crease because we're not using concealer. The shape right where my eye like socket is, like where the crease begins. So I'm just putting that all over my eyelid up until probably a third of the outer corner. For this, I'm literally just stamping the eyeshadow on, not doing any blending, tapping it right onto the eyelid. Our large fluffy brush just going back over the edge where the light color and the dark color in our outer corner meet, just to blend those together. And now it's time for the fun part, the shimmer. With another flat, clean eyeshadow brush, I'm going to pick up, I guess we're gonna go with this shade right here. It's called Rule Breaker, and it's this really pretty gold reflect shimmer. And I'm just tapping that onto the brush, and then I'm going to press to pat that onto the eyelid. This came out of the Morphe Naughty palette, and that is such a beautiful shimmer. I love the shimmers. Morphe is really doing their thing. I put this right over the top of where we did that kind of cream white color, and then I also like to pull it up into my crease just a little bit, just so it looks nice and diffused. I don't bring it all the way over though, I just kind of do the front part of the eyelid space. Now I'm taking the dark brown shades in this palette, and I'm going to put them on a little flat brush that I'm going to use for eyeliner. This type of little brush would be perfect for this. This is from Jessup. These are on Amazon. Any little angled brush like that will be perfect. I am literally stamping this right across my lash line. I'm trying to get this as close to my lash line as possible. And I do like to bring this all the way into my inner corner and line my entire eyelid. I also like to line this little bit of my inner corner just to kind of give the illusion that my eye has a little bit more of a snatched effect. I can also add a little bit of liner right out here for a little baby wing. That's the base of the eyeshadow done. I'm gonna curl my lashes and add a waterproof mascara, and then we're gonna talk about lashes. The waterproof mascara I've been loving is the Extensionist from L'Oreal. Maybelline Falsies Lash Lift is my absolute favorite, but I have been out of it, so I've just been trying to use what I have. And this mascara is actually really, really pretty. Typically, if I were going for a drugstore lash, I would go with anything from Ardell because they kill it every single time. These press-on lashes are some of my favorite. They literally already have glue on them. Just pop them on underneath your lash and you're good to go. But I am gonna cheat and use my favorite lash at the moment just because I already have them. These are the Lily Lash. The specific style is called Enticing. Applying a little bit of lash glue to the band. Also love to wiggle the band a little bit just to make sure it's not super stiff and it's gonna fit on your eyelid really comfortably. I like to let my lashes sit for at least 30 seconds to get a little bit tacky. Now I'm gonna take my mirror that's in my Morphe palette and I'm going to angle it underneath me so that I can literally see up into my nostrils. Use a pair of tweezers if you like. I have built-in tweezers on my fingers, so I just like to make sure that I'm holding it nice and firm. Able to look at it from this angle will literally help me see how close I am to my natural lash line. So I'm gonna kind of angle them inward and then down. So I like to place down the center of the lash first, and then I do the outer corner, and I do the inner corner. Just like that. And once you've got your lash on and it's nice and secure, I like to just kind of press my natural lash and the fake lash together to make sure there's no gaps and they look nice and natural and seamless. Okay, bestie, there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and do my base makeup and I'll be right back and we're gonna finish these eyes. Okay, now that our base is done and literally looks so good, go back in and do our bottom lash line now. So I'm gonna pick up the shade Get a Grape on a little pencil brush. I'm just gonna smudge a little bit of this right underneath my bottom lashes. This just adds a little bit of balance to the eye look because right now it looks just like really heavy without having anything on the bottom. So I just like to make sure that everything looks nice and balanced. Of course, a little coat of bottom mascara. I'm just using the same Extensionist mascara from earlier. Okay, bestie, I did my lip combo in another video. I'm gonna post it right after this one, don't you worry. I'm obsessed with how this makeup turned out. I don't think I ever wanna wash my face, but look at this eyeshadow. It's so pretty. I can't wait to see you recreate it. If you do, make sure you drop a picture down below or tag me in a video if you film it. Thank you so much for watching. I love you so much and I will see you again soon. Bye, bestie.